So here we go. We are live at Los Amigos High School. We've got a few special things lined up for you. We've got a few cameras going on. This is Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. With me, as always, Dave O'Malley, this time joining me early on in the broadcast.
Very early for me, yeah.
Yeah, so we're, in uncharted territories here, Dave, on campus at Los Amigos. We've got a few things going on. We've got a few cameras. Let's switch over to the end zone cam really quick, just to give people a view of the staff appreciation. We're going to get things going in the pregame show. A little bit different, like I said, where we had some sound from the stadium, but for some reason it's now muted. So I'm not sure what happened there.
That might be a running theme tonight. If everything goes great, this is going to be unreal with all the different cameras we have.
Yeah.
But expect that there might be some speed bumps along the way.
Some hiccups. We don't have our huddle cam. Not sure when that's going to start. Dave, do you know when that's going to start?
It's starting now, so we should have that.
So it's starting now. We might have to look at our input here. But you know what, while we're doing that, why don't we take a look at the two schools that we're going to be seeing here today. We haven't even had a time to let you know that Los Amigos will be taking on Viewpoint. And let me turn off the Downs graphics real quick. Actually, we need to get to our pregame. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Our two schools. Viewpoint opened in 1961. Their mascot, the Patriots. They are located all the way in Calabasas, California. Maybe a few, kids of famous people that go to this school. You never know. Notable alumni, Tiffany Trump.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very proud of her, I'm sure. Los Amigos opened in 1968. Their mascot, the Lobos, located here in Fountain Valley, California, their home stadium. And we're going to put an asterisk on that because we're not at Monsoor tonight. We're here on the campus of Los Amigos High School, which is
the second time ever.
Yeah, which is pretty cool to actually have a stadium here on campus. I mean, it's
a field, yeah.
A field, not a stadium. It's a field. Let me get that. I heard the referees talking like, are they going to build bleachers? No, it's a field. It's kind of like us. It's they're making something out of something, right? And it works. It gets done.
I'm sure the environment here is going to be great tonight. I know they were very happy that they played week 1 against San Bernardino, and they were very happy with the environment. I haven't heard a bad thing about that. Let's put this back here.
We're trying to get that huddle cam started for everybody. But yeah, they're excited. That was a big win there in week 1. Why don't we go ahead and take a look here at Los Amigos a little bit deeper. And actually, so we've got our there we go. Okay. So, of course, head coach Malo Guess. Their record last year, 8-3, good enough for a tie for first place. They went 4-1 in league, of course, losing to Rancho. They have 8 league titles. Of course, their last one last year, like I just mentioned, last playoff appearance also in 2022. They made the CIF championship game way back in 1981. Their only appearance, unfortunately, not being able to win that game. That team, coached by a man named Bob Johnson. I'm sure everybody knows who that is. Longtime Mission Viejo coach. Before that, he was at El Toro and his sons, specifically Rob, NFL quarterback. Did pretty well for himself in the NFL. Of course, we talk about that first game. San Bernardino, 28-27 win right here on this field, an exciting one. Ended on an interception. But before that, Los Amigos scoring a touchdown, Coach Malo electing to go for 2 instead of the tie, and they were able to get that 2-point conversion and win the game. They followed that up with a tough loss to University, and we had them here live on the broadcast last week against Cabrillo, 28-27, a very exciting finish. Dave, you want to talk about that game a little bit?
Yeah, great game. That was a great game, a good, exciting finish. Came down to a block extra point. That was the difference in the game, but yeah, we streamed that last week. Feel free to always go back, and you can rewatch our broadcast from that game, but Los Amigos certainly has had some exciting wins here to start the season.
Now, of course, the Lobos here tonight against Viewpoint. Next week, they will go to Artesia. Artesia's faced a few of our schools already. Specifically, they played Bolsa, and I believe, did they play Garden Grove this year?
Yes.
So they played Bolsa and Garden Grove already. Then they start league play against La Quinta, follow that up with Rancho, Loera, Bolsa, and finish it off against Santiago. A little bit of a rivalry there. Now, let's take a look at Viewpoint. Let's take a look at Viewpoint here as we try and get everything situated here. Again, new uncharted territory, but we're going to make it happen. Viewpoint head coach Patrick Scahan, 2022 record 2-8. They finished 1-3 in league. That's a 4th place finish in the Gold Coast. Now, they used to be in a league with 2 schools, Sierra Canyon and Paraclete. way back a few years ago, and they had an agreement in that league that actually Sierra Canyon and Paraclete would play each other for first and second place. The other teams did not want to have a chance at taking the league championship, and the rest of the schools just fought for that third playoff spot. But with releaguing the way it is now, they were able to move into a league that's a little bit more favorable to them, and that's the Gold Coast. They've won one league title since 2004. Their last playoff appearance back in 2016, and I couldn't get any information about title games or championships, so sorry about that. So far, they've played Kauai. They traveled to Hawaii. They lost that game 20-6. Then they faced Eastside and won that game 32-27, and then they played Claremont of San Diego a few weeks ago and lost 35-7. They had a bye week last week, and they're here today against Los Amigos. Then they followed that up against Carpinteria. They play Artesia as well. Then they play Campbell Hall to start league. Rio Hondo Prep, which I believe has the most CIF football championships in the Southern Section if you include the 8-man championships that they've won over the years. And then they play Hoover, and then Brentwood School, I'm sure another school with a few celebrity children.
Yeah, you can see, too, a tough schedule for them, the way that they have a 4-team league where it looks like they have a non-league game week 9. You don't see that very often against Hoover.
Yeah, back in the day, the Garden Grove League, when they had 7, they used to have those non-league games. Now let's take a look at the rest of the schools this week. Speaking of the Garden Grove League, tonight over at the Valley Sports Complex, you have Rancho visiting Godinez. Tomorrow night, the bulk of our schools play. Garden Grove is visiting Torrance. La Quinta, 3-game win streak.
Yes.
Their best start in a very long time. They're traveling to face Estancia. Then Bolsa Grande is visiting Ocean View, and then Walnut is hosting Pacifica at Bolsa as they look to pick up their first victory of the season.
Yeah, a couple great games tomorrow night. I expect again the Bolsa Grande Ocean View. I expect that to be a close game. Same with Walnut Pacifica. I think that's going to be a close game, and hopefully Pacifica gets their first one of the season there. We will have updates for you tonight with Rancho Godinez. We'll keep you updated throughout the night on that score as well.
All right, there you go. Now let's take a look at the results from last week here. Bolsa Grande taking care of business over Century. Love to see those Santa Ana schools go down against Garden Grove schools. Garden Grove in a tight one against Gar. They scored in the last minute to win that game 49-47. There's La Quinta right there taking care of business against Costa Mesa. Los Amigos, like we mentioned, 28-27 victory over Cabrillo. Pacifica with a tough loss against a very good Glendora team, 49-7. Rancho getting back to it after losing to Anaheim, defeating Savannah 33-19, and Santiago taking a tough loss against Estancia, 56-6.
Yeah, we'll see how that game goes tomorrow night with La Quinta Estancia, but if the Santiago score is an indication, that'll be a good comparison at least for the Garden Grove League upcoming.
Which is, we think that. Anaheim lost to Santiago, but then they came back and took, it's any given week, right? So we started talking about the rankings last week, and we've got an updated picture here. Now what I did is I went ahead and left last week's there just to kind of see the week-to-week difference. La Quinta last week was down at the bottom with the -52. Mm-hmm. Their victory pushed them up to, up 2 spots. They're now to -48. Most of our schools went down. The only school that didn't go down was La Quinta because they've had those significant victories. But other than that, you've got Pacifica and Los Amigos almost there with the same rating. Depending on what goes on in the next few weeks, Los Amigos might, be ranked. Well, maybe not because of the fact that Pacific is going to face some extremely difficult competition and very high rated teams in the
the Empire League's tough. So if they finish top 3 in league, they certainly will get in. But if not, and they're looking for an at-large in the lower divisions, might be a little tough game for all of our schools.
Yeah. So here we are, Los Amigos High School. Going to be an amazing night. We're going to try and get some sound ready for you guys and trying to get you that stadium sound. It's hard to tell what's going on the field. We're on the side here. It's hard to explain to you where we're at. We're off. Like if we're at Bolsa, we're at the park right now. We're at Garden Grove Park. If we're at Garden Grove High School, then we're in the 2-story classroom area.
Yeah, we're about we measured this in trying to set this game up, and I think I came up with we were 285 feet away from the field, so we're a good distance away, but we've got a team of camera operators out there ready to help us out, bring you the action, bring you some different shots, bring you some different vantage points. We're going to try and get the huddle camera worked up. This is Garden Grove Unified School District High School Football Friday on a Thursday. We're going to take a little break, but we'll be back with you in just a second.
So we've got captains out there, Dave. I do have rosters. I'll get those in a minute. We're going to get into game time right now. We are having some issues with our huddle camera, but we're going to try and bring you some action here. Okay, so here we go. We are just minutes and moments, seconds away from game time here. Again, a little bit of a different atmosphere here at Los Amigos. The players actually take a knee while the action is in play so people can get a look at what's going on. And both of our cameras are kind of reaching their peak here. There's people walking in front of them. So, again, we don't have, let's see, we need to go to our game time. Here we go. We're going to bring you first downs and second downs here. We don't have a clock because they're keeping
no scoreboard yet.
No clock, no scoreboard yet. Again, we're going to make do with what we've got. We've got something special for everyone planned right now, so we're going to go ahead and bring you that feed. Ignore that. There we go. There we go. So here we go.
We contracted out with the Goodyear blimp.
The Goodyear blimp here. So we don't have the huddle camera, but we got something a little bit better than a huddle camera, I'd say, Dave.
We'll see if we can mimic it here. We'll keep trying to work on that throughout the night here, but see if we can at least get some sideline action here.
So it looks like the Lobos will be getting this kickoff to start the game here. Again, our vantage point is not in a press box like usual. We are off to the side, so we're going to try and do our best to bring you numbers, to bring you players and different things like that. It's going to be a lot harder this time, I have to say. But we're going to do our best, and we're just glad that you're joining us. Feel free to share out the link. This is a historic night here at Los Amigos High School. This is a historic night for us, and it's actually Los Amigos who has us traveling to stadiums other than Bolsa and Garden Grove as we followed them to Ocean View last year for their game, I think week 2 game. We don't have our usual pomp and circumstance. You know what? I do have something special here, Dave. So the people don't just have to hear us. You know, we brought our own marching band.
There you go.
There we go. So you don't have to hear us as we're going to get ready for game time here. The referee is getting ready to set this up.
That does sound just like our bands.
I think our bands sound a tad better than that. I'm going to give them that credit there. Here we go. Just a little bit wind here. A little bit of wind coming in. We're a little bit closer to the beach and the ocean area, so we get a little bit of a better breeze than we do at Bolsa. You might hear it a little bit in the microphone. All right, so here we have kickoff at Los Amigos High School, and we're off. Los Amigos Viewpoint Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, and that's going to be a touchback as that kick gets out of the end zone. Los Amigos going to be taking that ball over at the 25-yard line, Dave?
Yes, at the 20.
At the 20. Okay, high school rules at the 20. Week by week, I get the rules wrong, but that's okay. Got a timeout already here. Maybe a referee timeout.
Yeah, typical early game stuff. We're seeing someone's coming out for a equipment.
You need to get those knee pads to cover your knees. Actually, it's a lineman. It looks like maybe no belt.
Yeah, looks like we also have a receiver coming out here.
That's going to be the no knee pads.
That's the knee pads, yeah.
You know, we know it looks cool. It looks great in warm-ups, but get them down during the game or else this is what happens. And I think they're a little bit relaxed for a little bit, but I think if you do it a few times, they can flag you, right, Dave?
Yeah, they'll have you come out of the game. Yeah, it won't be a flag. It'll be you're not allowed to come back in.
Which is even worse. So here we go, Lobos with 3 wide receivers. I'm guessing Flores the quarterback here. Actually, no, it looks like it's number 10 at quarterback. It's going to be Adrian Ramirez. Lobos kind of stuffed on that play. So we'll bring up second down.
Yeah, this will be a little bit difficult for us tonight, trying to make the call from our distance here and getting our feed from the Goodyear blimp, seeing how that'll be.
This is a true remote broadcast. You know, we've joked about it. Hey, can I broadcast from my office and just use the huddle cam? And this is exactly what it's going to be tonight. Is
a good start for Viewpoint here.
Yeah, defense is looking stout right now. Ramirez.
That penetration into the backfield.
Ramirez gets nothing on that one. It's going to bring up third down.
Late flag here.
Actually, we got a flag on the play.
Most likely with the timing of it, some kind of unsportsmanlike, maybe something was said. Looks like we do have an injury down.
A lot of things just happening right here on this second down.
It looks like this is number 10 for Los Amigos, right?
You know what we'll do? We'll try and get the program up here. By the way, Dave, that drone, the footage is way clearer than our usual sideline camera. Just looking here on our main monitor, I mean, you could just see details. And we'd love to bring you the drone every week, but when we're at Garden Grove, unfortunately, it's grounded thanks to Mickey Mouse. Now, for Los Amigos, one of their quarterbacks went down early in the season, Mason Navarro, so you hate to see this happening again. Hopefully, Adrian Mayer is just a little bit shaken up and he can come back in, but they are walking him off. Looks, don't want to speculate, but it's that left leg that he's favoring, and he's got.
Yeah, this would be a big blow for them if he's unable to continue tonight. As you said, losing Mason Navarro early on, and another potential quarterback here.
Especially since last week under center. We actually had Chris Flores, number 11.
Yeah, I expect to see him coming in right now.
And yes, that was a personal foul penalty on Viewpoint, so that's going to bring up a first down for the Lobos. So let's see who they actually bring in here at quarterback. Looks like that's going to be number 16, Dave. Abraham Solorio now. And that means the Lobos are probably down to their third string quarterback here, as he's got 4 wide receivers. Number 7 now coming in a little bit late, Gerardo Espinoza. So let's see what the Lobos can do now. Next man up. That's, kind of the philosophy here.
Yeah, and that looks like we got to delay a game here. So Lobos are going to be moved back. But yeah, that personal foul. Obviously, Lobos had no success in their first two plays. Two negative plays for them. Good penetration by Viewpoint, and that personal foul gives the Lobos their first down, but they're going in the wrong direction now with that delay of game.
And I have no problem, Dave, saying that for me at least, this game is very winnable for Los Amigos. But if they're going to be down 2 quarterbacks now, and if Viewpoint's going to be playing this tough on defense, they just might build that momentum to kind of take the sails out of Los Amigos, especially if they do it early and often here.
Yeah, establishing the run is going to be big for Los.
Speaking of, that's a nice little sweep to the right side. That's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That carry by number 30, Isaac Galindo. It's going to bring up 2nd down here for the Lobos.
And Los Amigos coming out. They are in spread formations here. Try to see if they can get some gaps and some holes for that running game. Be a quick passing game here.
Speaking of, quarterback drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, lets that one go and finds no one.
Yeah, again, Los Amigos trying a wide receiver screen there to number 13, Miguel Radia. Wasn't able to get it. Again, that Viewpoint defensive line and that pressure is getting early pressure on Los Amigos, making everything difficult.
It's going to bring up 3rd down here for the Lobos. Speaking of Solorio, right? He comes in. What do you think is kind of going through his mind, Dave, as being a football player yourself? You're coming in to fill in. You didn't expect it.
Yeah, tough situation, obviously, but when you're put in that situation, you just don't want to make mistakes. It's okay if you don't make great plays or anything else, but if you make mistakes, that's going to kill your team. So just trying to hold on to the ball, trying not to have any picks, fumbles, anything like that, and just running the game plan. Obviously, Coach Mello has prepared for this type of situation, and he's going to call a game accordingly to that. And so I think if the Lobos protect the ball, we'll see what this game becomes. It's still early on, obviously.
Solorio keeps that one, goes up the middle.
Yeah, I would say if this first drive is an indication and Los Amigos has trouble establishing the run, and if Viewpoint can control the run game, it might be a tough night for Los Amigos. I think if Los can get the running game going, I think they're going to be okay.
Yep. And then, obviously shaking off the fact that maybe their quarterback, might be out for a considerable amount of the game, if not the whole game. And then it's going to be up to the defense really to kind of set the tone. And who knows, maybe the defense can get out there and create some havoc and maybe get a score themselves and make it a little bit easier here on this Lobo offense. But that first drive, Lobo's not really getting much done. They got themselves a penalty that went in their favor, that got them 15 yards. But other than that, Viewpoint traveling that long distance and really came to play.
Ooh.
Oh, and that punt was almost blocked.
I think they got a piece of it. Yep.
Got a piece of it, but they're returning it. That's at the 40-yard line. So Viewpoint's going to have some nice field position here.
Yeah, one thing, again, Viewpoint coming off a bye last week. Again, that's always good for a football team. They're fresh, they're healthy. They've had that week to kind of recover. They've had really 2 weeks to prepare for Los Amigos instead of 1 in terms of breaking down film and game planning how they're going to attack them. So it definitely could be an advantage there. Of course, there's the other end of the argument that says, when you have a week off, you kind of get complacent, you kind of get a little rusty. So we'll see which one of those wins out here tonight.
And Los Amigos coming off a big emotional win, right? It was a hard-fought battle against Cabrillo. They ended up getting that win because of a field goal block after a Cabrillo penalty. So maybe coming off of a little bit of an emotional high here. You've got an early game. It's a Thursday game, not only a Thursday game, but a 6 o'clock Thursday game. As Viewpoint gets a nice chunk of yardage on that one, they're going to pick up a first down on that play.
Yeah, again, this is different, like you said. It's different not being at a stadium. They've been in a stadium this whole time. Usually at Garden Grove. They were at Bolsa Grande last week. But even the time, doing 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock, a lot of times that messes with your routine. Even if it's only an hour, it messes with your routine of this is what time we normally have our meetings, what time we normally eat our pregame meal, what time we go to early outs.
Viewpoint getting a good push off the line of scrimmage. They pick up a nice little chunk of yardage again on that play.
Yeah,
It's going to bring up second down.
If I'm Coach Guess, I'm a little worried right now that Viewpoint is controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively. That's got to be something that's got to be shored up here, probably through scheme at this point. But Viewpoint doing a great job controlling that line of scrimmage.
There we go, second down here for Viewpoint. I formation. Love to see that old school football coming out. Still no pass attempts. That's a run right up the middle at the 10, at the 5. That's going to be a touchdown, Viewpoint. And there it is right there, Dave, getting that run established early. At least Viewpoint able to get it done here on short field position.
Yeah, we'll get the name here on that. That looks like 44.
Yes, number 44, which is not on the roster.
That is typical. Again, when we try to do our best to get them from Max Preps, and very typical. But we'll give a shout out to number 44 from Viewpoint on that touchdown.
That was a beautiful run right up the middle. Looked like he went through untouched. So
yeah, again, it just a wall of Viewpoint offensive line just pushing 5 yards ahead and opening holes, obviously.
The extra point attempt, and that's going to be good.
Again, we were talking earlier in the pregame about Cal Preps and the rating system. Obviously, the playoff system is determined by Cal Preps ratings. As we get into next year, leagues are going to be determined by that. Cal Preps is well established among football coaches and football programs that they know what they're doing. They're pretty accurate what they have. And looking at this game, Viewpoint is under a -50, and Los Amigos is right there around a -30. So even though Cal Preps didn't predict this game, which they started to do this week, you would guess that that's still about a 20-point favor for Los Amigos. So this coming out here is a little surprising to start. It might be a little surprising to Los Amigos. So obviously we play 4 quarters of football here. We'll see what adjustments are made. But right now, tremendous start for Viewpoint.
Oh, yeah, the momentum has to be all in their favor right now. They just came. Their offensive line had their way with that Los Amigos defensive line. And Viewpoint only a school about 500 students, Dave.
Yes.
So, when you have to put together a football team and pull from 500 students to be able to come out here, and this is a nice little return here by number 30 for the Lobos. Going to get them to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about the specifics of it, but I know Viewpoint is either a Jewish school in name or predominantly Jewish, and I know that that is why we're playing here tonight at 6 p.m. On a Thursday, as tomorrow is Rosh Hashanah, and so they will not be in school for that. But yeah, certainly a smaller private school, and again, a small private school from Calabasas, which, as you said, is a nice area where we know a lot of good famous people from.
Oh, yeah. Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, huh? Of course, at Calabasas High School, you had a bunch of star players. Sierra Canyon, of course. I think Sierra Canyon's in Calabasas.
Yeah, and Sierra Canyon this year is really good. In fact, there was just an article in the Register about that today, or not today, this week, sorry, about Orange Lutheran, who obviously always has a tough non-league schedule to prepare for the vaunted Trinity League. But they're playing Sierra Canyon this week, I believe, and their head coach was saying, yeah, this is going to be the hardest team that we face until we face Mater Dei. So, yeah, Sierra Canyon certainly done a good job for themselves over the years as a program.
Unfortunately, losing the younger James brother, who will be going to Sherman Oaks Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So.
And the typical high school tradition, right? Always
the bounce around effect, right?
The bounce around, yeah.
Someone took a time out here to try and talk things over. Here we go, Los Amigos, 3 wide receivers here. Oh, that snap bobbled, and that's on the ground.
Yeah, that's the stuff, again, you're going to see with a new quarterback, someone who hasn't taken a lot of snaps there, as you do see a lot of center quarterback exchanges that go awry. And, again, that's what you want to limit when you're in this situation is, just no turnovers. Let's just run the game plan, see what we can do.
It's going to bring up second down here for the Lobos. Second down about, wow, it looks like about 14, 15 there.
Yeah, this puts them in a situation where obviously it's a passing situation. Looks like they're still in an I formation. They're going to do a toss.
Yep. Again, that Viewpoint line, not sure what happened there. So they picked up a good chunk of yards there, Dave.
Yeah, they had some blitzes coming there, and running back was able to cut back and find a little seam there. Still, we got a 3rd and long situation.
So let's see what the, eventually they're going to have to try and figure out something that's going to get them some yards here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to stick with I formation.
Snap, pitch out to the left side, and actually goes up to the off tackle there.
Yeah, just ran the same play to the other side on that.
It's going to bring up 4th down here for the Lobos. It looks like they're going to have to punt the ball again. So their first 2 drives, Viewpoint coming out to play. Really, they really seem to have an understanding of this Lobo offense right now. Viewpoint coach really excited there on the sideline, jumping up and down. He probably sees something that he wants his team to notice.
Well, it's 4th down, and they're deep in their territory, and Los Amigos.
Oh, Los Amigos is going for it. I just realized that.
Yeah, this is that's why he's going nuts.
I'll tell you what, we don't second guess, coach guess.
Yeah. They do get a snap. Wow.
And Viewpoint, tough.
Yeah, that again, that was about 4th and 5.
It's going to be Viewpoint football now.
And 4th and 5 deep in your territory. Again, that's a tough turnover there.
Especially with the way Viewpoint was able to move the ball, and they covered those 40 yards in no time on that first drive.
A lot of times when you see this, a sudden change, a turnover, especially deep in the territory, it seems like even a pivotal moment this early in the game. Maybe see if Viewpoint tries to take a shot for the end zone here, or if they just sit back and say, hey, we're going to dive or dive at you or an inside run. They're certainly set up for an inside run again here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a deep shot to the end zone after that turnover.
You know what, Dave? I'll tell you what. I like the call by Coach Guess. Just trying to instill a little bit of confidence in his quarterback and in his offense at a moment in time where they probably need all the confidence they can get. That carry was by number 2, Seth Forrester.
Yeah, just your basic power on that.
Who knows? Maybe Viewpoint just might be a predominantly run team, and they're like, we don't need to pass. We're just going to run the ball.
Well, as the old adage goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. Again, I formation, so Los is probably going to see a heavy dose of I form tonight. That snap hand. Oh, that was a big hit. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, great job coming up to fill the hole. The issue with that is even with that big hit, they're still gaining 2 or 3 yards on those run plays. Los might need to look to maybe they're in a 4-man defensive front now. They might need to look to get some more guys on the line of scrimmage. Obviously, Viewpoint is coming out in a double tight I formation, so they have 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Los might need to counter that by bringing a couple of those linebackers down to the defensive line, just go body on body.
It's going to bring up 3rd down. That big hit, number 44. Helmet popped off, so he's going to have to take a play off here. So here we go. Viewpoint in a shotgun now. They've got 3 wide receivers. Dave, I think we're going to see a pass here.
Yeah, right on cue. If I said, hey, they're just going to keep coming out, and they switch it up.
Oh, they just ran a little
counter action.
Los Amigos read that perfectly. And again, Dave, they had guys spread out, not enough people to block the Lobo rush there, and they're able to get a little bit of a loss on that play. It's going to bring up 4th down here for Viewpoint.
Yeah, we do have a flag. This is either going to be a illegal procedure, formation was wrong, or Los Amigos was lined up in the neutral zone.
All right, let's see. Let's hope it's not neutral zone. That'll be a 1st down for Viewpoint.
It's going to be, legal formation. So, yeah, this will be backed up. If I'm Coach Guess, I might look into decline this, but, again, without knowing Viewpoints, how they are in a field goal kicker, maybe take the yardage back too.
Yeah.
Penalty is declined though.
So there we go. So let's see what Viewpoint does. Now, hey, Viewpoint coach might tell Coach Guess, hey, you went for it all the way back in your own territory. I'm going for it deep here. Of course, with the 7-0 lead, you can gamble a little bit, especially with the way your defense has been playing so far here tonight. Yeah, a little bit of leeway to take those chances.
Yeah, this is kind of a the most awkward down and distance that you can get to. You know, you're about 4th and 5. You know, not clearly a passing down, not clearly a running down either. But you can see they're back to tight formations with those eye backs.
Look at the line right now. The Los line is spread out a lot there, Dave. Let's see if they fill those gaps. That's going to be a pitch to the right side, and that's going to be snuffed out by the Lobos, and they're going to get that ball back.
Yeah, great job by the Lobos. Again, without bringing a man down, as I was mentioning before, you saw a run blitz there, so they are blitzing those linebackers. That's just as good. They're just trying to get body on body. They got some penetration there. So great stop for the Lobos, sorry. Again, as we said, this is going to be a long football game. Obviously, that first drive for the Lobos, or actually the first 2 drives offensively, did not go their way. First drive defensively did not go their way, but they got a little bit of momentum here off of their defense with that turnover on downs. Let's see if they can get some momentum on offense.
You got to love both coaches, you know, just saying, hey, I dare you to stop me, and both coaches have a victory on the defensive front right now. Let's see if the Lobos can make something happen on offense here. They've got 3 wide receivers, trips right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Lobos still yet to gain a first down on the ground or through the air here. It's going to be 2nd down and about 7 yards to go.
A good play for them. Good positive play.
Hey, 3 yards? 3 yards? 3 yards of play. That'll get you where you need to go here. Lobos again spreading it out. 3 wide receivers. Solorio takes the snap, hands the ball off again. Oh, beautiful read there by the Viewpoint D end.
Yeah, they're doing a read option here. This is another thing with the new quarterback is that defensive end is crashing hard on that running back. The quarterback's got to pull that ball and keep it, and he'll have a lot of room to run there. But again, probably not getting a whole lot of reps in practice doing that read option. And so we'll see where that goes tonight. But certainly Viewpoint very aggressive defensively here.
You talk about 3 steps forward, 1 step back. Lobos lose a yard there, and it's now 3rd down, 3rd and about 8 to go. And that's going to be offsides on the Lobos, so march them back just a little bit more. Solorio really has his work cut out for him here. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 to go. Lobos way back. We go 3rd down here for the Lobos.
Quick wide receiver screen. Over the head. Ooh. Big play there in the middle, big hit. But
crashing bodies there.
That's the 2nd time the Lobos have tried that wide receiver screen, and both times not being able to be successful in that. Looks like Coach Mello's going to have his punt team come on out here. Just try to flip the field on them.
Still trying to get this huddle camera here for you to give you just a sideline view here.
Yeah, only so much gas in our aerial view that we have.
The helicopter's got to come in for refueling.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, we don't have scoreboards here yet. They will be coming to these fields shortly, but we don't have them yet, so we don't know where we are either in the first quarter.
And actually, we've had a flag on the play. The Lobos are marching back even deeper. So this punter is going to be punting from the 5-yard line. And we saw Viewpoint get a really good rush on that last punt that the Lobos had. So let's see if they try to bring full force here. Ooh, Dave, close again. But, you know, that punter should have sold that a little bit. That ball's going to be down at about the 39-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for Viewpoint. Still not sure why this huddle camera is not working. Let's see what Viewpoint decides to do here on 1st down. pass this time to the left side, little screen. He's still on his feet. He looks like he's going to score. That's going to be another touchdown here for Viewpoint.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, number 1, Darren Haggerty, who on our list is a freshman.
And I noticed they do have quite a bit of freshmen listed on their roster. One with a very good name, Magnus. They have some really good names on their roster, Dave. I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah, great play there. Again, tiny holes, tiny seams there coming off of the blocks on that little bubble screen. But yeah, took that to the house. Again, I was talking about that on the previous possession. Talking about, off a sudden change coming off of that punt. Trying to go for a big play, even that bubble screen. That's exactly what Viewpoint wants in terms of gaining the momentum.
All right, so here we go. As we're going to have looks like was the PAT good?
No, they didn't attempt it. I think we have something going on here. Timeout, or looks like someone. Oh, here we go. Someone's injured. All right, look like this player's okay. And helped off by the training staff. Get back to that PAT now. Again, 13-0 here. Viewpoint here, still in the first quarter. Okay, looks like we're going to have a offsides on Los Amigos on this. On Viewpoint, I might decline this. Get our camera angle switched here.
So we do have some new camera operators out there, so it might be just a little bit shaky for a little bit. And it looks like that extra point was good. And actually, I want to shout out, I didn't get a chance to do this. I want to shout out Caitlin, who's back with us again, this time running graphics for me, making my life easier, just like she did last week. Got a lot going on, I might tell you. So we're going to try and get another camera here going so you can kind of get to take a look at our mugs in just a little bit. Viewpoint will be kicking the ball off in just a second here. Still the first quarter, as we can tell. They have not switched sides yet, which is usually done. Viewpoint getting ready to kick the ball off. Not a bad return there by the Lobos. It's going to bring up first down for the Lobos. Got Dave over here taking care of switching out the batteries for the drone. I'm trying to set up another camera here on the iPhone. It's just a lot going on, so you've got this view for just a second. That ball carried by number 30 of the Lobos, Isaac Galindo. going to bring up 2nd down. Here, that was a 3-yard gain. No doubt Solorio doing his best here for the Lobos. It's going to bring up 3rd down. I don't know why the 1st down is still showing. There we go. 3rd. There we go. Sometimes the graphics get just a little bit of a mind of their own here. That 3rd down play is going to go nowhere, and it looks like we've got a fumble on the play, and Viewpoint is saying that they've got the ball, so let's see. We'll try and figure things out for you right now. And yep, that's going to be a 1st down for Viewpoint as they get that fumble. There we go, as we've got our pilot back in the air here. Here you go, Viewpoint ball at the Lobo 29-yard line in good field position here. This one's starting to look a little bit ugly. They throw that one in the air, and that's going to be caught at the 4-yard line.
Great catch. Great
Beautiful passing catch there by the Patriots.
Yeah, so a chance to really take control of the game here for Viewpoint. And looks like we got a 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line. Believe that was Seth Forrester on the catch there. Number 2, I might be mistaken on that. Tight eye formation, trying to run just a simple power or blast play there. Snuffed out there by the Lobos. That's going to be a pretty significant loss there. Looks like a 3-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and goal now. Again, Viewpoint coming out. Looks like another double tight formation. I-backs, single receiver. Come out, be a rollout pass play here. Nothing there, so quarterback scrambles. Great job by the Lobos. Great job by that edge defender there. Staying parallel to that quarterback, not letting him have everything, playing him inside out. Great tackle on that. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal from about the 6. Looks like that was a no gain. And we probably have a timeout. Viewpoint. Talk this over here.
So yeah, Viewpoint kind of having their way early so far this game. It's hard to tell whether Los Amigos came out flat or if maybe, you know, the injury to Ramirez, who was doing it all for them last week, really had a lot to do with it. But right now, just defense stepping up. But overall, Dave, it's all Viewpoint here tonight. Yeah,
again, being as honest as I can with this, this doesn't at this point have much to do with Los's quarterback situation. You know, to me right now, the game is being won and lost on the line, and Los is doing a good enough job with that. But you got to give credit to Viewpoint. Viewpoint is coming out and they're playing very well. They have established the run. They've had 2 long pass plays here as well. So Viewpoint is certainly doing a good job. You can't take credit away from them. And again, we'll just see how this game adjusts. But great goal line stand so far here from Los Amigos. Looks like we're switching fields, which means that is the end of the first quarter. So we will have our first play of the second quarter here coming up.
It's good to be able to know what time it is out there.
Yeah.
You know, it
is very hard to call a game both from where we're at as a broadcast booth, but also on the field when you're not sure how much time is left. You got to always be asking the referee. Like I said, though, that will be remedied. This field will have a scoreboard here. We are targeting October. So Los Amigos won't be playing another game here this year, but next year, if they choose to do so, they will have a scoreboard.
And there you go. So that's going to bring up here 3rd down and goal here for the Patriots. They're close to scoring. They're at the Lobos 6-yard line. I formation.
Yeah,
little pitch out to the right there, or to the left side. Gets around the edge, and he's going to...
That's a touchdown,
They scored a touchdown. Touchdown, Patriots.
Yeah, frustrating for Los Amigos. They were there. They had that covered. And who scored that? What number?
It looked like number 2, Dave.
So
Seth Forrester.
That was Seth Forrester. And again, Seth Forrester just beat him with speed to the outside. So Los had the numbers. They had the edge set. And Forrester was just able to run to the outside, kind of like you see in Madden. You know, just sprint to the outside and run out. And did a good job there. But speed, obviously, very important in football.
Right, you got to say the Lobo defense did not set the edge there. Just kind of melted away, and they were able to just kick that around the left side and get into the end zone and extend that lead. And look, we've got the end zone cam. It's actually
we're up.
It's showing us something good. He's probably going to kick it right into the camera.
Yeah.
No, he's a good kicker, and that's good. It's going to be 21-0.
Three-score lead for Viewpoint. Again, very commanding performance so far.
Yeah, just basically kind of winning the night here so far, and still early. But if you're Los Amigos, you're gonna want to do something on this drive here to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit and pull the momentum back to your side, because right now it's all on the Viewpoint side of the coin here. Lobos getting ready to receive yet another kickoff here.
Might get some good cloud action here with the sun setting now.
There we go. Look at that view. You see Fashion Island out there in the background.
Get you back to the game, but I am a sunset enthusiast, so I will bring you updates of that as we get going as well. Oh, there we go. Kickoff was here.
That ball's still on the ground, now picked up at about the 20-yard line or so. Lobos going to start this drive at their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, this almost feels like a make or break for them here. That they've got to have at least some sustained drive, even if they don't score on this drive. Just get a couple first downs, get that ball moving, start to get a little bit comfortable. You know, if it doesn't happen now, I don't know if they can come back from the momentum that's been established here. But
yeah, especially if Viewpoint's able to go 28-0 here. You just have to. It takes incredible mental willpower to kind of keep going when you're down by that much. And again, no lead, especially a lead that's had at halftime, is safe, and that ball on the ground. So just Lobos just right now. Got to be frustrating for Coach Guest to see how this team is performing so far early in this game. It's going to bring up 2nd down here. We have a timeout by the referee. It looked like there was a banged up player from Viewpoint right now. Looks like number 55 favoring his arm. So he'll be checked out on by the trainer there, walking out on his own power. Lobos in I formation, 2 wide receivers. Solorio getting ready to take the snap, pitches it out to the left side. Lobos fighting hard for yardage there.
Yeah, 3rd time that I've counted that they've run that toss play, and they have had some success with that. But again, they're in another 3rd and long situation here. Looks like about 3rd and 6 or 7. Again, as we mentioned before, this might be a make or break series here. Coach Guest went for it on 4th down already earlier in this game. Maybe this is a 2-down play here. Maybe they're not trying to get it all back in one play here, but they know they're going in for it on 4th and just see what they can get back.
We got flags on the play. That's going to be a false start on the Lobos, so that's the wrong way, because now they're going to face a 3rd and even longer. Here we go as we get this 3rd down play attempted one more time. I formation, 2 wide receivers. Solorio pitch again out to the right side. Viewpoint all over it. 4th down for the Lobos.
Yeah, decision time here for Los.
Yeah, so it looks like a platoon swap. Looks like they're going to bring out the punt team.
Yeah.
It was faculty night here for the Lobos, so a lot of teachers were here watching the game. Dave used to be here on this campus.
This is where I started. Yeah, my Garden Grove Unified journey was here at Los Amigos as a math teacher.
There you go.
I really enjoyed my time here. Los Amigos is always going to be dear to my heart as my first teaching job ever. But it is a great place.
Kaylin loved it because she said there was a lot of birds here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
As I'm a sunset enthusiast, she is a bird enthusiast for photography.
More than an enthusiast,
Ooh.
Dave. Wow, slippery return man there. It's going to get him nowhere as he's brought down at the 37-yard line. She's got her own club there on the campus of Rancho Alamitos.
Yeah.
Only a sophomore. Very impressive resume already.
Kaylin, you're the club president. We'll give a shout out there. If you're a Rancho student, go join photography club with Kaylin.
Bird photography club, right?
Bird
Specifically,
photography,
what's the club called, Kaylin? Ornithology.
Oh, awesome, sweet.
She's not only the president; she's a club founder. So
yeah, that'll look good on your resume always, right?
Dave, she's a sophomore. A sophomore, Dave. She's gonna make some moves in the world. I can guarantee it.
I know I asked her last week, what kind of lens she uses, and she said she had a 700 millimeter one, which if you don't know that is a super, super long lens. So
it's taller than I am
yes.
when you stand it up. We'll put it that way. It's a huge lens. Actually gonna be 1st down here for Viewpoint. So let's see what they can do. They've had success on their first few drives. I think only one drive they were stopped on turnover on downs, but other than that, they've been able to put the ball in the end zone 3 times and looking to make it 4 here on this drive. They're in shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers, and they're going to drop back to pass here. Quarterback rolls out to his right. It's got a man open. That's complete. Actually dropped there at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, that's a classic case of trying to run before you've caught it there. It was going to be an easy catch. And was thinking about the yardage he was going to get after he caught it. We've all been there before.
That's why I didn't play receiver, Dave.
Yeah.
Or running back.
I did play receiver in high school, and I can tell you I have done that before, and I can still hear my dad in my head yelling at me for catch it first.
Yeah, I heard my dad yelling at me a lot on the football field. 3 wide receivers here for Viewpoint. Shotgun formation, single back. Probably going to be able to, take their chances here passing the ball as much as they want here. Oh, that one hit the ground.
No, looks like they just had a really great play there by Los. Yeah, so that was another play action off of that quarterback. I don't know if it was a read option or not, but fake to the running back and was looking to roll out, and Los got early penetration on that, was able to get a big stop. Yeah, again, Viewpoint's had some success, obviously passing the ball. If I'm then, I might just continue trying to establish the run. But it's also something here, if they're up 3 scores, you want to try to work on some stuff early in the season here. Try to prepare for some league action that's coming up.
Gives you a chance to work in some plays maybe you've only run in practice and try to see how they are in game situations there. That pass, nice little screen play there. That's to Forrester.
Yeah, they might have got away with one there. Looks like that ball was slightly in front of the line of scrimmage, and they had linemen downfield on the screen, obviously. But still not a big gain. Looks like they're going to be coming out and punting the ball.
So Lobo defense taking care of business there, and they force a 4th down. Not sure if we're going to have any halftime festivities here. The band is out there playing.
Oh. Good field position
There
here
you
for
go.
Los Amigos.
This could be the spark for the Lobos, who are going to get this ball first down at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, by far their best field position of the night. Not just starting position, but this is as far as they've been the whole night. You hear those band sounds, sorry, in the background. That is not from David's mixer. That is actually Los Amigos band.
If you can hear, not sure if you can hear we can hear it. Not sure if it's making it all the way through to the stream here.
Another trips formation here for Los as their first play.
Let's see if Solorio's going to throw this ball in the air, if they're just going to. Another read option. He keeps himself up the middle. There we go. Awesome. A nice play. Here we go. Solorio still on his feet. That's going to be a first down for the Lobos, Dave.
Yeah, we had mentioned that earlier, that, hey, he's got to pull that ball because they're crashing hard. And so Coach Mello at that point said, hey, I'm going to do a design quarterback counter to get that action. Great call and great run there.
I think that's Lobos' best play of the night here. And you know what? That's all it takes. It's just going to – Solorio, if he can get that one play under his belt, that just might be the spark of him being able to just settle down back there. And
it's just about momentum at this point. And, again, as we brought up earlier, their game against San Bernardino, that they won 28-27. They were down 2 scores in the 4th quarter and came back. So don't ever count out this Los Amigos team.
Resiliency is going to be key here tonight, being down 21-0. They can shorten that up here on this drive. He keeps it again. Oh, no, he handed it off. He faked me out on that one.
Yeah. That's good, though. Again, if they're faking us out, over here in the broadcast area, that's good because they want to have that option. They don't want to be one-dimensional, that they're always going to hand off, they're always going to pull and keep. Having that option is what's going to keep the defense on their toes. But, again, good positive gain there. Having a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, that's exactly where you want to be if you're Los Amigos.
Exactly. Here we go. Lobos now 2nd down, ball on the Viewpoint 33-yard line. Lobos looking to get their first points of the night here. Solorio keeps it himself up the middle. Looks like he's going to get close to the first down at least. Maybe they're going to mark him a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd down and maybe 1 yard on the play here. Here we go. Lobos looking to get their 2nd first down of the night here. Ball all the way there at the Viewpoint 27-yard line. There we go. Lobos now, don't know what happened there, but they got a nice gain on the play. That was number 16. Solorio again. So Lobos now marching even deeper. That's going to bring up a first down. Here we go. First down. Nice little play there, Dave. They picked it up. Ball now at the Viewpoint 16-yard line. So Lobos, a little bit of momentum here.
We're still in camera view as I wasn't paying attention, so that's good.
It was still good. So here we go. Solorio now getting really comfortable, keeps it again.
Yeah, this is, again, just quarterback counter where they're having the left side of the line is pulling to the right side. The quarterback's keeping it, and he's going. And, again, Coach Mello is just going to go to that because it's working for him. And, again, I can tell you when I was the athletic director of Pacifica, our football team did that almost exclusively one game. They just kept running it and running it and running it with Ben Jefferson because it kept working.
Oh, yeah. And of course, you know, if you have Ben Jefferson back there, you can definitely count on him to.
You want him to run, and you also want him to pass. So he was kind of a
pick your poison with Ben. He was going to hurt teams.
Give a shout out to his mom, Holly Jefferson, who is a principal here in our district at
Irvine Intermediate School. Yeah, my wonderful wife, Atosa at Irvine. So
Holly is a big supporter of athletics here in GGUSD.
Big time supporters. She used to be the athletic director at Rancho, right?
Yes. Yeah, went straight from an athletic director to a assistant principal.
There you go.
She was, she made stops at Santiago and Garden Grove, and now is at
Irvine.
Irvine, yeah, geez.
Second year over there at Irvine, and we had a flag on the play, and it looks like we have a timeout on the field as well. Looks like that flag was against the Lobos, as the ball is now marked back at the 14-yard line, 13-yard line.
Oh, sweet. Or even, yeah, one of your.
We're having a meeting of the minds here. We'll set up a camera here once halftime goes. We'll switch it out and try and get everyone a good sideline feed here.
Yeah, so let's do that at halftime. That'd be great. You want me to set it up? We'll take the scissor lift, okay, and we'll put it just right on top of the weight room. We can do it from there. Great. And we can maybe even just use this tripod. I have a tripod in my room. I think awesome. So that way you can rock out with this one. That'd be perfect. Let me go get a tripod. I'm gonna leave this here. Is that okay? Yeah, awesome. Okay. Yeah, so use it right here. That's perfect. Yep.
Here we go. Now we get as we get play resumed here.
Yeah, we're still working to fix some feeds here, and it looks like we got an option here. We'll get that set up at halftime. But
like I said, yeah, a lot of things going on. We're new setting here. Everything's different, new. Here we go. Lobo's going to pass, takes the hit. Ooh. Number 22 got a paw on that one. Lucky.
Yeah, this is, again, another wide receiver screen coming out. The offensive line just kind of tapped the defensive line. They wanted to get out, but Viewpoint would not be stopped on that. They got in the backfield quick, and that could have been real bad for Los Amigos if that had been an interception.
Lobos avoiding disaster there. It brings up 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Yeah, Los has not had any success with their wide receiver screens tonight. I think that's their 4th time they run it, and they haven't made a completion. So, yeah, that might be something they might have to scrap going forward.
I think I spot a legend here, just in front of us here, Dave.
Oh, yes.
The legendary Coach Takahashi in the house over here.
Yeah, walking our way. We talked about Coach Takahashi.
Mentioned him last week. Yeah, there we go. Lobos, stuffed on that 3rd down run there. It's going to bring up 4th down. Let's see what they do. You think they kick a field goal, or they just try and go for it here, Dave?
Yeah, at this point, I'd probably go for it. This is, pretty far for a high school kicker. Even if you gain some yards at this point, you are pinning Viewpoint back, and you're just playing the field position game. We don't like moral victories, but I would take this as, hey, we finally started moving the ball for Los Amigos. If we can go for it and get that momentum. If we don't, if we can pin them back, give our defense a good starting point, but we feel good about ourselves on offense that, hey, at least we started to move the ball a little bit. We strung together some 1st downs.
So what's the play call here?
Yeah, I don't know. I to be honest, I might just go back to that quarterback counter again and just say, look, I'm hoping we can pop a seam and go, and if not, we can gain some yards, and we'll see what we end up with here. The Lobos have not had a lot of time on their dropbacks, and so that would worry me a little bit here is when you're in a 4th and 13 situation, having that drop back and just having Viewpoint defenders having their ears pinned back, I worry about that. So maybe try to use that aggression against them if they're going to have that here in a 4th down. We mentioned those wide receiver screens weren't working, but maybe they have some kind of draw or, again, a counteraction to come out. But we'll let Coach Mello decide that. He gets paid the big bucks to make those decisions.
So here we go. Big 4th down here for the Lobos. Ball on the Viewpoint 20-yard line. Some movement by the Viewpoint defense there. Lobo's going to pass. Solorio takes his time, lets that one go. He's got a man in the open.
Touchdown.
That's a touchdown, Lobos. Beautiful play call by Coach Mello.
He is proving me wrong, doing exactly what I said I want to do, but Coach knows. An awesome,
And a flag.
awesome
Why
play.
are you celebrating? Flag came in late, Dave. Flag came in late on celebration.
Yeah, Miguel Radia there on that catch. Great job by Abraham Solario too on that
He kept
pass.
his poise. He was back there for a while. Viewpoint dropped back in coverage, and he was able to find someone behind the defensive backfield. And Lobos are on the board, 21-6 here.
Yep, and again, down to a 2-score game. Like we mentioned, this is the same thing that happened with their game in San Bernardino. They came back from 2 scores down, so very, very big for the Lobos. And a great shout out to the Lobo line. Great protection there on that. Even though they broke through on that, Solorio keeping his posure, like you said, and able to find that receiver in the end zone.
And Lobos back in this game, a little bit momentum their way. Now, if the defense can come out and, make a stop or do something here on this next Viewpoint drive, Lobos could be in really big business going into halftime. Let's see what the PAT attempt looks like here. Let's see if they can tack on that extra point here and make it 7. Miguel Radia, the field goal kicker, not only catching the touchdown pass there, but also kicking the field goal. Viewpoint taking the penalty yardage on the kickoff, by the way. That kick is up, and the extra point is good for the Lobos. So that makes it 21-7.
So again,
So Lobos, nice little drive. That one started at the 50-yard line. Favorable field position. They were able to get a first down. They were able to convert a 4th and long into a first down and able to punch that ball in, cut this lead to 14. They're facing a kind of a pretty big deficit here.
sounds good. We'll probably get real time in 10 minutes. Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
So exciting play, right, Dave? Just to finally see them get into the end zone. It looks like maybe a little bit settled in there on that drive. Solorio through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, really, really big momentum. Like we talked about, no quit on Los Amigos. That is a huge momentum shifter for them. Obviously, they would love to come out and get a 3 and out here on defense, and Viewpoint would love to have a nice long drive down the field to end the half on.
Of course, we don't know how much time is left, so we don't know how long that drive has to be, but if the Lobo defense can come out and kind of figure out this Viewpoint offense, who's been able to really do a few things here. They actually stopped them on the last drive, so Lobo defense still a kind of playing stout ball here. If they can keep that up, and especially after that offensive, output there.
Los has only got 10 players on their kickoff. Hopefully that's not going to come back to hurt them.
And it looks like that ball's going to – oh, beautiful kick here. Let's see. And it's not going to hurt them, so that's good. That ball's going to be at the Viewpoint 25-yard line, so it's going to be Viewpoint football. So here we go. I don't want to say it's a big drive for the Lobos on the defensive side, but it's a big drive for the Lobos.
Yeah, I will say it's a big drive. I'll take the leap on that. And yeah, this is a very, very big drive. You'll have to remind me on this as the more talented of our duo here. But who received to open the game?
I believe the Lobos received the ball.
Okay. So yeah, this is definitely a big drive. What you don't want to have is them getting a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
you don't want them to drive down. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially after you just kind of went down and did your thing and got 7 points. So trips right here for Viewpoint. Pass over to the left side, complete to number 10. And he's got a nice little gain. He's still on his feet. So that's not what you want there. A nice 20-yard gain there by Viewpoint. Ball now at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, they've been impressive on their screens. Again, they took one to the house earlier. But again, they've been impressive where, they're getting out, they're getting their blocks, and there are small seams that these receivers are just bursting through to go and get, 10, 15, 20 yards of extra yardage there.
So here they are, 3 wide receivers are loaded up on the right side here. Shotgun formation. Snap is up. Handoff to the left side. Lobos reading it. Maybe a gain of 2 yards on the play. Try to bring you another camera view here. We're going to have a battery switch in just a little bit, but after halftime we'll have a better view for you. The snap drops back to pass, looking to pass to his right, doesn't see anyone. Finds some time, lets it go. That's going to be incomplete. That's going to bring up a second down here for Viewpoint as we do a battery switch on the drone really quick. We're going to bring you a few different camera angles. Still no huddle camera here.
We think we have an answer for that, though. I think that we will have a sideline view.
That's one thing we do, is we try to find answers. We try to find solutions here.
We love asking questions and trying to solve, right?
That pass complete to number 10 to the right side. Don't think he's going to have the first down, though. Let's see what the referee signals. And there's a flag on the play. It's going to be pass interference or a holding. They're trying to figure it out. Let's see. Trying to rely on our sideline cameras. We have no communication with our sideline cameras, so they're doing as good of a job as they can do here. But I can guess that this is probably going to be on the Lobos, the way the referees were signaling here. And actually, no, it's on Viewpoint. So Viewpoint is marching back now. Let's see if they're going to replay that down. I believe it might be third down now, but not sure. Let's see if we can get a referee signal. Clock is running. Of course, we don't know what the time is on the clock here. Might be a replay of second down. Viewpoint getting ready to take the snap. Shotgun formation again. Actually, quarterback now moving under center. He's going to roll out to his left. Still on his feet. Scrambling. Quarterback still on his feet. Still on his feet. Ball's on the ground. Lobo football. It's going to be Lobo football. Actually, no. Now they're giving it back to Viewpoint. I got excited. It looks like it's Viewpoint ball. That ball was on the ground. My goodness. Dave, I think there might be a clock actually on the field. Just on the far side. So we might set that up at halftime. You can hear the familiar buzz there of the, and there is a clock, Dave. So we're gonna get the clock set up at halftime. I didn't see it earlier, but we'll get it set up at halftime. So let's get you a better camera angle here. So we got the drone up, and of course the stadium or the field looks beautiful with the lights on as we're starting to get into the dusk hours here at Los Amigos High School. It looked like we had about 1 minute and 22 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Try to find the clock here. Where do we got it at?
Clock is right there in that southwest corner. There we go. Look at that. We do have a clock. So we'll get that camera set up.
Yeah, so just under a minute here, obviously.
Here we go. Viewpoint with the football. And that was 4th down. It looks like they got it. So a good call there by the Viewpoint football coach as they pick up that 1st down and keep this drive going. Clock running. We're actually clock stop now to set the chains.
Yeah, different rule for college this year with that. They don't stop the clock to set the chains anymore unless they're under 2 minutes.
Right, yeah, I've noticed that. A few games I've watched this year. Viewpoint trips left. 4 wide receivers. Flag on the play.
Might be delay. Nope, false start.
On Viewpoint. Actually, it'd be a 1st down here for Viewpoint. 1st and 15. Pass over to the left side there. That's caught. Back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a little bit more.
Got out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock.
It's going to bring up 2nd down here for Viewpoint.
Quick check in on the time. See if we see there. 41 seconds
41
left.
seconds left. Viewpoint 4 wide receivers spreading that ball out right now. Drops back to pass. Looks to his left. It's going to be complete. And he gets out of bounds.
Quick outs. Looks like Los is content bending and not breaking, giving up short yardage. Again, every time they go out of bounds, that clock is stopping. 34 seconds left. Sorry if you're getting seasick.
It's not as bad as the sideline cam was, so you're good. That sideline cam was a little bit rocky on a boat out there.
Oh, there you go into a window. That's going to be a 1st down, though. Another time stoppage, but to move the chains. Let's see. Viewpoint ends up taking a timeout, or if they end up trying to get a spike or a quick play here.
One thing about the lighting here, it's different than the stadium, so you do have some dark portions at the ends of the field here.
Can't get a look here at as they are taking a timeout, but taking a look at our lights. Big deal here in GGUSD. All of our varsity fields on each of our campuses have lights now.
So the chains have not moved yet, but there they go. So it's going to be 1st down there for Viewpoint. Took them a while to move. A little bit of a hang up on the, okay, here we go. Now we get the play started. Clock running here for Viewpoint. Drops back to pass. Quick throw to the right side. He caught that. Keep him in bounds.
Keep him in bounds. There
so he's
go.
in bounds. It's going to bring up 2nd down here for Viewpoint.
Another
timeout.
Yeah.
So Viewpoint taking a timeout here. 14 seconds it looks like.
A clock here for everyone to see. 14 seconds left.
So here we go. Viewpoint time. Enough time for maybe 2 plays.
And again, as we mentioned earlier, they obviously want to get a 2-for-1, even if it's a field goal. They want to get points to end the half and points to begin the next half is their ideal situation.
Lobos, if they can keep this ball in bounds and just kind of make this play extend a little bit longer, they'll be in business. Just kind of chase the quarterback around a little bit. And, you know, one of those Monty Python kind of, you know, deals here where the quarterback's just running around. All right, so here we go. Viewpoint with trips left. They got 4 wide receivers, one there at the bottom of the screen. Drops back to pass, looks to his left. Pressure from the Lobos. He might not get a pass off, Dave. And he does actually get a pass off. Not sure if it was caught or not.
Yeah, that was right on the sideline there. He did get out of bounds.
6 seconds left.
6 seconds left.
Let's see if Viewpoint kicks a field goal here if they're going to try and take a shot at the end zone. And it doesn't look like they're...
Yeah, they might have time to take one quick shot and then make a choice after that. They might have just a deep throw here might get it.
All right, so here we go. And that's a... So, yeah, they do have a first down. So it's first down Viewpoint. As we've got that sideline, or we got the end zone cam. We've also got the sideline cam. Let's see if we can. The sideline cam's a little dark, so we won't go there.
Oh, sorry. Just that a little bit. Dark.
Here we go. Trips right for Viewpoint. Drops back to pass. Takes a shot at the end zone. He's got a man, Dave.
Oh,
broken up by the Lobos, and that might be the end of the half there. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, so 2 seconds left.
That's not a home field advantage on the clock there.
Well, like I said, I thought they had enough time to do that exact situation where they could take one deep shot and still have time left to make a decision to take another deep shot or go for a field goal. It looks like they're setting up for a field goal here. That, again, smart decision there by the Viewpoint coaching staff, in my opinion. Let's see what this ends up with.
So we'll go to the goalpost cam here. Actually, we'll cut. The snap. Oh, a little bit high.
Oh,
that's going to be.
No, he made it through.
No good.
No good. Wow.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half here at Los Amigos High School. We're going to take a quick break. We got some logistics to figure out. 21-7 Viewpoint lead here at Los Amigos High School. We'll be back with you in just a second. So we are about 2 minutes away from the start of the third quarter here. We just had a Starlink launch over here to the west. We were all trying to run around, do crazy things, so we can bring that to you. But go on X. Go on X, not Twitter, but go on X. Yeah, Vandenberg Air Force Base is usually where they launch those from, and everyone was. You heard a bunch of clamoring out here, and people looking over there, and yep, that's what it was. So we're gonna be able to bring you the time here. So about a minute and something left here at halftime. Again, it's a different vibe here. Different vibe here at Los Amigos High School, but we're having fun. You're gonna have to bear with us on the cameras right now. We're trying to figure things out and get things working. Again, we've got a few minutes away from halftime. We are here in the dark right now on the side of the football field. Probably like 50 yards away from the main field where everyone's at.
Batteries are charging fast. That's good.
Get the drone shot back up in the air in just a second. We'll try to get another sideline cam going for you. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you. Right now it's on the ground, but it's going to be up in the scissor lift, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to bring that sideline cam to you. Again, 21-7. Viewpoint lead. Los Amigos scoring there late in the second quarter to kind of get themselves back in the ball game.
We'll be joined here shortly by Dr. Heflin and Mr. Nurk. Dr. Heflin is our assistant superintendent over secondary education, and Mr. Nurk is the principal here at Los Amigos. They'll be joining us come third quarter.
We'll get everything set up for them. Different setup. I mean, even us, you know, a little bit earlier of a setup. Hour and a half earlier than usual.
Yeah. And again, we're a little off our game too. We were talking about that before with
it's just a different setup. You know, like if we were to do this more than once, then you know we would get used to it. Let's give them some band sounds again.
There we go.
Yeah.
You got which feed is that going to come on? Holly end?
That should be the main that main sideline feed we have. Who turned the lights on, by the way?
I got the baseball lights on.
It's like an ESPN broadcast here.
Let's see if I can show you where we're at. I don't want to miss the game action here, but we do have, there we go, we do have the baseball lights that are on. Again, as I mentioned before, here we go. Every varsity field here in Garden Grove Unified School District now has lights on their fields,
and they just went out.
Turn them off. So, but you know what? I have access. I might end up turning those back on.
Here we go as we have gameplay started. Viewpoint receiving the kickoff here to start the second half. As I try and find my mouse here in the sea of all of this madness. So here we go, first down here for Viewpoint. Ball's going to be marked at, let's see where here. There we go, at their own 37-yard line. Here we go, Viewpoint looking to extend this lead here, and good thing that the Lobos were able to hold them to no points on that last drive before the half.
Like an outside pass play there.
That's complete. Gain of about 8 yards on the play. I don't know if we can get a little bit of a lightening up on the picture there, Dave.
How are we doing? No?
Yeah. Let's go ISO.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's boost up the ISO there. There we go. Here we go. Now we're in business. There we go. I formation here for Viewpoint. Hand off to the left side. They're going to get the first down and some. They're on the right side of the 50 now. Again, we've got a clock feed, at least for us, so we're going to be able to tell you how much time is left here in each quarter. The clock is running now, approaching 11 minutes. Lobos really needed to really come out here on defense and make a big stop here, but Viewpoint continuing with their ease of driving the ball here. I formation, one wide receiver, handoff again. Lobos read that one, snuffed it out there at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up second down here for Viewpoint.
Yeah, outside of the first series or two, Viewpoint has not had any success up the middle with their run
And we've
game.
got flags all over. Extracurricular activities here on the play. As Vince Scully would say, they're giving each other the business.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, Viewpoint not having a lot of inside success in the running game. They've been having a lot of success on the outside with quick passes and letting their receivers run. You know, throwing the ball downfield a little bit, even some of their outside runs. But inside, the Lobos have really adjusted well to that and started to stuff Viewpoint at the line of scrimmage when they're dealing with those dives and blasts.
It's when Viewpoint throws that ball out to the outside where
Yep.
the Lobos have been getting in trouble here lately.
Yeah, it looks like the Viewpoint receivers are a little bit more athletic, I would say, on the outside than the Lobo defense is. Able to make those quick, clean cuts and get upfield, get that yardage.
So we just had the sideline feed, but it disappeared on us, so not sure what happened there. Referee still talking things over here. Multiple flags were thrown. Looked like there were a few players who kind of got mixed up there.
Here we go. Sideline feed is
So
up.
sideline feed is up. Let's see if it's going to stay up here. There we go.
There we go. Get a little zoom going in there.
Catching the bearings there.
Yep.
Getting
Going
a
out of pan.
you know, the teacher. What's Mr. Cicerelli?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cicerelli's teaching his camera operator there exactly the how far to go, and as the referees are still conferencing here. I've got something for that, Dave.
There we go. Yeah.
This is what we need here.
That's a good thing you're not the Oregon player at a baseball game. I've seen them kicked out before for playing three blind mice.
You know, we might get some flack in a few weeks if these guys watch it. But for now, they cannot do anything.
We are proud supporters of our referees here.
Love
at
our
GGUSD.
referees. We
These
love
guys
our
are,
referees.
again, doing a great job. Obviously, games can happen with them, and referees across our southern section really do a great job. We are very proud of them.
It's all in jest, and they do have a tough job as they are right now trying to sort this thing out, as there were a few players who got mixed up there in that little scuffle, and surely they're trying to get it right and trying not to take anyone out of the game that shouldn't be out of the game, or call penalties on those who shouldn't have penalties called on them. And
Well, especially when you have unsportsmanlike too. The rule in high school now is if you have two unsportsmanlikes, you're ejected. And so it is important to know who was doing what, and that way the referees can document that. Just in case, hopefully not, but just in case something happens later in the game with one of those players.
Still no confirmation on, and it looks like offsetting penalties, so
Usually they march it off even still when they're offsetting, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
all right, so here we go. Shotgun formation for Viewpoint. Trips right. Quarterback designed run to the nope. He's going to let that ball go, and it looks like that's caught. It's going to be a first down here for Viewpoint. Ball now at the Los Amigos 36-yard line. Actually, trying to do the math here. That's the 34-yard line. So we're waiting for the lift to go back up to run our sideline cam. I guess we'll have to do with the drone shot, which has served us well here tonight. Run up the middle, Viewpoint. Nice gain on that play.
Yeah, this is essentially just giving us a sideline shot here. It's one of the angle views of someplace like a vet stadium we talked about last week as well, where the home side is so high and the press box is so up. That's essentially the viewpoint that we're getting here.
We're pretty much getting the viewpoint of every major NCAA college announcer who's 400 feet up in the press box with binoculars trying to figure out what's going on. Actually, they've got spotters, so I've seen the broadcast as the sideline cam is now going up. Let's see if we can kind of cut to that and see if we can get you a good feed. There we go. Okay, here we go. High formation here for Viewpoint. Quarterback takes a snap, hands the ball off to big number 44 up the middle. He's going to be stuffed there by the Lobo defensive line.
Yeah, great job. Interior of that Lobo D line and linebackers, they are doing a great job stuffing that run.
I actually thought it was second down. It's actually thought it was first down. It was second down. Now it's third down. There we go. Sorry, Kaylin, for feeding you the wrong information there. I'll wear that one. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 here for the Lobos. 8 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Clock running. See if you can get that Starlink trail, Dave. Give the people a.
I don't know if
I can get it
still.
I can see it here. It's visible to the naked eye, but with the drones and the technology here, probably a little bit harder.
Let's see if. There we go.
And that's a little pass to the left side. That's caught by number 1. He's still on his feet, taking it up the left side.
Yeah, we had a launch here.
There you go.
Probably from Vanderburg, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's visible, but that satellite or whatever it was came off over this way, yeah. But never a dull moment here in Southern California.
Never. And, of course, if you diligently watch those, you know they're going to be launched. But, yeah, we're busy. It's going to be a first down here for Viewpoint. First and goal, it looks like, from the Lobo 12-yard line. So they're in business here early in the third quarter, looking to extend this lead up 21-7. Lobo scoring that touchdown late in the second quarter. Hand off to the left side. Looks like Forster. He breaks away on that one. Still on his feet.
Touchdown.
He's going to get a touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown, Viewpoint.
Great run there.
So Viewpoint now extending this lead.
Yeah, we talked about that just before halftime. This is what they wanted. They didn't convert on that field goal right before half, but they got the first drive touchdown that they wanted to start the second half.
As I was trying to fix the sound, I heard Coach Mallow imploring his team to, get to the ball and make some tackles. Very, very passionate halftime speech there.
See if we can get some different angles for you throughout the night now. That we got a good sideline action.
That field goal is up, and it's good. Viewpoint taking a 28-7 lead here. Lobos, although they've been having a tough night, still early in the ball game, a touchdown here gets them within 2 scores. And they were down by 2 scores in the fourth quarter against San Bernardino, and they were able to win that game. So you can't count out the Lobos just yet. We have a nice extended view there of the field.
We'll see if we can get all the lights on here in a little bit. I'll take some time to do that, and we can show the magnificence, really, of what it's like having a pitch black campus be lit up on all of your fields.
Yeah, it gives you that ESPN vibe. You always see that when they've got those big games on campus, especially the high school games. They light up all of their fields. Looks pretty cool. So we've got this kickoff coming up right now. Some good camera work. A nice return here for the Lobos. Taken up to the viewpoint, or to their own 34-yard line or so. Shout out to Joseph Lee. Big victory last week. Congratulations. It's going to bring up first down here for the Lobos. Lobos in shotgun formation. Solorio keeps it himself and gets a nice gain on the play. Gain of about 9 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 1 here for the Lobos. So Solorio coming in, filling in for Adrian Ramirez, who went out in the first quarter during their first drive, and he's done adequately here for being called up on last minute. Lobos now down to their 3rd string quarterback. He keeps that one and gets the first down as the Lobos keep the chains moving here. Shotgun formation, trips right here for the Lobos. Solorio gets the ball, hands it off to the right side. Nice little gain on the play, 4 yards or so. Rolling over for maybe 1 or 2 more. Like number 21, who's not on the roster. As we have some special guests joining us in just a second. We've got everything set up here, Dave, if you want to hand off.
Any of this one?
Yeah, hand off. So here we go, Lobos now. It's 2nd down. Shotgun formation, trips right. Solorio takes the snap, keeps it himself to the right side, gets another good gain on the play, about 8 yards. As we now have some special guests here with us. Introduce yourselves, folks.
Hey, how you doing, David? Great to see you again. This is Todd over here from Los Amigos. Great to be back on the broadcast again.
Yes, and this is Stephanie Heflin, Assistant Superintendent Secondary Ed for Garden Grove Unified. Here to watch the game at Los on our awesome new field.
Yeah, like I say, I was thinking about it earlier. There's new guests, and then I have what we call friends of the broadcast. Both of you friends of the broadcast. You've been on here a few times already. You've got your permanent places up here or down here now, as we aren't in the booth, but we're kind of here to the side. A little bit of a tough game so far.
Yeah,
but
it has been. But
that's a nice run. It looks like the Lobos could get into the end zone here. That's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Lobos as they cut this lead now to 28-13. That was number 30, Isaac Galindo, on a big run.
We're going to have to check the flag. I saw a flag go in the air here. It'll be a downer, but
I'll tell you, it'll really be a downer because then I have to hit the down button and try to make the score go down, and that's
yeah, we don't want to do that on our
No,
side.
we don't.
And they are bringing it back, unless they're just going to bring it back to see what the call is. So let's see here what the call is. Calling Coach Guest to, yep, it's going to be on the Lobos if they're talking to him and letting him know what's going on. So let's see. No,
Oh, here we
it
go.
was on Viewpoint.
Okay.
They were asking him if he wanted the penalty on the PAT or on the kickoff. He took it on, I believe, let's see. Probably on the kickoff here. So there we go.
There it is, touchdown.
There we go as we get the official call. Now everyone can celebrate. Let's see if they can tack on this extra point here. So we're just talking about how it's just such a unique night. It feels off and different for us, but I feel like it's going as good as it can be.
Yeah, well, David, as you have so many different cameras going and now the ability to give the different shots, you just keep up-leveling the broadcast every time I pop on here. I'm always impressed by what you're doing with it, and you're doing the best you can with it, too, because I know we don't have the typical sideline camera that we always have, but you're finding ways to get it done and give us the best angle you can for our audience.
Just like the Lobos in their quarterback situation, we got to try and figure it out, and we're not going to fold.
Yeah.
One thing I do have to remember is that I've got a lot of things on wireless right now that I can't forget when I leave.
Oh, that's true.
Hey, we'll pick them up.
There we go. I mean, I leave microphones everywhere. So
Yeah, but this game, it's been really interesting. We, you probably saw in the third, fourth play of the game, we lost our quarterback, Adrian Mears, and he's our third string quarterback,
Yeah.
and he's actually a vital part of the passing and receiving game too. But, we just keep bringing new quarterbacks in right now. Of course, Chris Flores, our second stringer, is hurt too. And, we're making do and still in this ball game. That touchdown right there puts us right back in it.
We were just talking on the sideline about how much fight and fire that the Lobos still have. They really are showing a lot of passion out on that field.
And they've been in this situation before, and they won that game, and they're not going to be, they're not going to fold this early in the game.
No, definitely not.
Coach Guest has them ready to go for all 4 quarters, and they responded very well on that last drive, and that's exactly the kind of answer that they needed to have here. As we await the kickoff here.
So now as we kick off here from, is that going to be
that's
45? I mean,
that's the 45.
Do we look for a little onside action here with not a whole lot to lose?
I would do it because the ball has to go 10 yards anyway, and Viewpoint has actually had the ball averaged around that 35-yard line, even closer, around the 40 a few times. So I say why not?
Got an opportunity to make a play, maybe get the ball back here. Let's see what we do.
And that's exactly what they do, but not hard enough. Just a little soft dribbler there. And Viewpoint's going to get the ball. But again, ball at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, good call, Coach. Worth the risk there. You get a chance to get it right back. Okay, well, now we got to make a stop.
That's a first down here for Viewpoint. Let's take a look at that there.
Wow,
look at that. I mean, just beautiful fields there.
Whoa.
Every time I see the lights on the fields and everything lit up, I mean, you look at the progress we've made over the past few years.
Okay, I mean, that's looking like the Rose Bowl flying over Pasadena there, right there. Come on, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, we
wanted
to bring ESPN quality broadcast here. And I'll just say this, none of our neighboring districts are doing this. So
that is true.
It's a good look.
It is.
Even if we had one camera and just a measly microphone, we'd still be ahead. But we're running up the score here.
Okay.
Incomplete pass there. It's going to bring up second down here for Viewpoint. And I'll tell you what, Dave has taught himself how to fly drones, how to do photo. I've had drones before and I've sold them because I was just way too way too scared.
I'm sure it's not as easy as he's making it look.
It's definitely not.
I mean, just between the lights, the fields, everything that we've been putting in, what Dave, you've been doing, David Mora, David Melly, it's just we've really upped our athletics game here in Garden Grove in terms of making sure that we can get the game to the people out who can't make to the game, and just really share all the work that all our kids are doing.
And Viewpoint breaking off a nice run there. Going to get that ball to the other side of the 50.
Yeah, as we were walking over here, we were kind of reminiscing on what these facilities are like. And, we have basically a brand new gym. It's beautiful inside there. It's 2 years old, new wood floor, resurfaced, repainted, great sound system in there. Of course, the field that you're all looking at right now is the second game we've ever played on it here. Now a great facility for our kids to practice and play on. Our baseball field, you saw the overhead shots a second ago with the lights now. A whole new resurfaced infield has been put in. Same with our softball field, tennis courts redone. I mean, it's really splendid what's happened here. Our athletic facilities are top of the line, and it's great for our kids for sure.
And, we've had, ADs from Anaheim on here with us, and specifically the Savannah AD who just in awe of the facilities and what he's seen. And they say they love scheduling Garden Grove League School so they could come and play at nice facilities and kind of give those kids, that experience. And, yeah, it's awesome to see, especially here at the school sites. It's not just at the stadiums, and spreading the love here.
And we can't forget not only the facilities, but the social capital too. We got Dave Mamelli now, our athletic director of the district. He's able to coordinate a lot of these efforts, both facility-wise and for all the sports programs, the organization of it all. So that's helped upgrade our athletics as well.
Absolutely.
Viewpoint winning that battle up front here as they get another nice rush. It's going to bring up third down and 1. Actually, no, they're going to give him the first down. So they have the ball at the Lobo 40-yard line. Yeah, we talk about all the upgrades and everything, you know, going on, and a lot of movement. You know, Todd's first year here at Los Amigos, and not only was Dave here, we mentioned that earlier, but you know, Dr. Heflin, you were here as well.
Here at Los Amigos.
Yeah,
I was an
yeah.
assistant principal here for 7 years. Let's see, 2009 to 2016. In fact, I've seen a lot of my former students here tonight, which has been great.
I got to tell you, when I'm out there and I get a visit from Dr. Heflin or even Miss Patterson, who was a principal here
Yeah.
many years ago, it's like royalty walking back on campus. You should see all these teachers, and they just flock to
Right.
them. Yeah,
Celebrities,
no, they really
right?
do.
Oh my
Celebrity
goodness.
status, and you know, I can only hope to be that A-list at some point in time
you
down
will.
the road.
I don't get that on any of the campuses I've been on.
You know, Los is a special place. It is probably, it was some of my best years so far in my career. It's just the people, the students, the community. It's just, it's a really great place to be. So, yeah, it was a good time when I was here, and now I get to continue to work with Los Amigos, which makes me really excited and happy to do that work with them.
And you know, a unique campus, being indoors, and now with the portables you have some outdoor, but just really, you know, an indoor feel, indoor type of campus, and just unique from all of our other ones. All of our other ones, they actually have, you know, twin campuses or campuses
Right.
that match, and this is the only one that doesn't have a campus that you can go to and say, oh yeah, that's exactly like Los Amigos. So it's unique in its own right.
Here's another fun fact for you, that Los Amigos is the only school of the 7 comprehensive high schools that have an animal as their mascot.
You know
as
what?
A lobo.
Oh,
I'll tell you this. 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, I do this thinking, and I'm like, we've got nothing but like, you know, human mascots, because it was when La Quinta played Godinez, I'm like, we finally have a bear, because we had the Rebels, we had Savannah Rebels in the first game, the Colonists in the second game, like we were just getting all of these,
Yes.
and I'm just like, finally some animals. I'm like, oh no, Godinez was a bear, but here, yeah, Lobo, and I mean, I love any type of canine type animal. So
Yes.
my favorite mascots in the district that dress up, the Husky and the Lobo.
The Husky and
by
the Lobo
far.
win it every time.
Every time. Every
Yeah.
single
I
time.
mean,
I'm just
we're apex predators. Dude. You know, that's like, you know, that's what you want to be. That's what we strive
That's
for.
right. That's right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Viewpoint here with a 4th down deep in Lobo territory. Of course, not going to kick it. They're going to go for
here's
it
your
here.
play of the game right here, David. I'm going to call this.
I love
mean,
this.
This is your play of the game right now. If we can get a ball back right here, and it's 4th and 5, this is a stoppable play right here.
Trips right. We're going to have a timeout on the field. Who's calling it? Viewpoint. Probably not liking what they saw from the Lobo defense. But, yeah, it's a very big 4th down here. Still early here, but still it's one of those that can kind of swing things in the Lobos' favor. And going down 7, or, you know,
Yeah.
going into the 4th quarter down 7 as opposed to down 14 or more, a lot
Yeah.
easier to work with.
Just give us the ball, down 2 scores. We got a shot here. What we got? Was that a minute 8 left to go? here in
Minute
the
8
third?
left, yeah.
Okay. Now what do you do? 4th and 5 defensively. What do you do? Do you bring the house? What do you do?
You know, I don't think you can, just with the way this Viewpoint team can kind of throw that screen and get that ball to the outside. You know, I think you kind of want to respect the pass, and you know, but at the same time, they've been able to run the ball too. This Viewpoint team has been really good on offense. The Lobos have been able to stop them, but Viewpoint has been able to break some plays here.
Well, I think you called it. You said they throw the ball very well,
Yeah.
and they like to go to the wide side of the field. So I think there's a good chance. I don't see them running the ball here. I think they're going to throw. They're going to use that speed that they have out on the corners, get the quarterback rolling out, and
I
it's
think,
a
yeah.
matter of us containing them now if that happens.
I think they'll roll them out. They'll try and see what the DBs do, and if you can get a ball just over a DB's head, they'll do that. And if he sees a chance to run, then maybe he'll take it. But let's see. Here we go, 4th down for Viewpoint. They got 2, so they've got 2 backs there. Lobo's bringing pressure, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Lobo football.
Yes, it is.
Big play, big stop here for the Lobos. So that talk that Coach Mello gave at halftime, they're taking it and they're using that energy.
Oh, he is an inspiration to him out there for sure. Now, you know, last time we had the ball, we saw they scored on that big play. The first play that we really had created a little bit of space. You know, yards have been tough to come by. We had one scoring drive earlier, and it was methodical as we moved down. But that big play kind of gives you hope, because we're going to need at least one more, you know, as you're down 2 scores here.
And here, just protect the ball, and like I said, protect the ball as that ball hit the ground. going to bring up second down here for the Lobos. Clock winding down. 52 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, and, you know, you wonder how many snaps that, you know, we've had a chance to take in practice, right? When you're talking about a four-string quarterback, you know, he's playing another position, I'm sure, too. And it's tough, you know. This is the quarterback, the quarterback exchange with the running back. I mean, that's all repetition. There's so much reading and so much understanding where you're coming from here, and that's a tough thing to execute. And so, you know, we've had some trouble with it, but all in all, I've done a great job on that.
That was a nice little run, but there is a flag on the play. That was going to be a 10-yard run.
Yeah, you've got to give him some props for getting out there.
Oh, yeah, and just the referee just slid there. Hope he's all right. He's all right, so I think that could make the blooper reel later.
Okay.
He's up. He's
Looks
good.
like we're good.
He's good. That's going to be a personal foul, face mask on Viewpoint.
Okay.
So that is what we like to see. That's going to be a first down here for the Lobos. And the ball is going in the right direction. Let's see if it's going to be on the right side of the 50 here. It's going to be just on the 50, it looks like. Or is everyone confused? Is it going to be where the down marker is? Oh, no, that's a big penalty. That ball's going to be marked all the way up at the Viewpoint 43-yard line.
Keep going, man.
Yeah.
Just keep on going. A few more is fine.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. So here we go. First down here for the Lobos from the Viewpoint 46. A pitch to the right side. Flags on the play again.
I think they're going to get us on this one, but again, you know, we're showing some push on the
Yeah.
offensive front.
We have a Lobo who's on the ground right now.
Someone's down for sure.
Really a tough go for the Lobos, who the injury bug has really kind of gotten them this season early on.
Yeah, you know, I got to say, walking around campus, you can really see it. You know, you see a lot of people with knee braces or, you know, arm in a sling, and sad to see. It's just part of the game.
Yeah.
A lot of these are just fluke things that you can't, that are just part of the game.
Good news is that player is walking off on his own
Nice.
power.
Yep.
So look at the coaches. Look at the
Whoa.
trainer. That's speed, right? That's 4.3 speed. Someone sign him up for something there. Adult Flag Football League or something.
Something.
And that flag was not on Los Amigos, Todd. It looked like it was on Viewpoint. So Lobos now with the ball at the 15-yard line.
Okay.
Actually,
I mean,
no, the 25-yard line.
Okay, looks like we got one more play. Well, no, it's going to be the end of the third.
Yep.
here.
Yeah, just let it go. So here we go. Down two. Familiar.
Down two, driving.
familiar.
Right. We've been there
Yeah.
before, and we've come all the way back.
So here we go. This is it, fourth quarter. 12 minutes left for the Lobos to make this comeback, and I believe they can do it. They're marching. Ball at the Viewpoint 25-yard line. Some penalties helping them there, but, hey, that's part of the game. And, you know, the Lobos had a tough break in the first quarter with the quarterback going down, so we'll take the penalties to kind of, you know, give that little, you know, karma-like assist, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, looking where we were at, the game was 21-0 pretty early on, right? And things have turned around since then, and now the momentum's on our side, and just got to stay with it here the rest of the way.
Yeah, Lobos with a bend but don't break kind of attitude here, and now look to be bouncing back, and hopefully they can get this ball into the end zone here and get some points out of this drive. We are in the fourth quarter here at Los Amigos High School. I haven't said this in a while. It's Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. David Moore here, joined by Garden Grove Unified School District's Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, Dr. Heflin.
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot. So much. And, of course, Los Amigos Principal, Mr. Todd Nurk.
Or as everyone's just been calling me around here, Heflin.
Heflin.
You know?
I can't do that, though.
I
You gotta
know.
put, you
Well-
went to school for all those years.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's why I have my master's, so I mean, you can call me if you want to call me master. It's okay. I don't know how that works. It's funny how that one doesn't work that way, right? It doesn't work.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
a little
work.
different.
Like,
Yeah.
come on. You know, what did I go to school and get that
Yeah.
thing for? right, so here we go. Lobos I formation. Pitch out to the right. Takes it up
Okay.
the middle. Looks like it's going to be a nice 10-yard gain there. Ooh, flags.
Another
More
flag.
flags.
My goodness.
Let's,
I won't even speculate on these.
No.
I'm about 0 for the last 3.
there
but-
you- well, speculate that then you think it's on Los Amigos. There you go. If you've been wrong, then
That's true.
they said a 2-yard gain?
It looked like quite a bit
It
more
looked
than
a
that.
lot more than
Did.
2 yards.
That's what
yeah.
he said.
Again, viewpoint, personal foul. That's going to be a first
Well,
down.
that's the first down. It's a lot
Wow.
more than 2.
Here we
That's a
go.
lot more than 2 yards now.
You know, and so right now, you know, I know that coach will be talking to the kids in the next changeovers that, you know, you've seen a lot of flags and viewpoints picked up the last 3. So you got to keep your composure now because
Exactly.
anything the Lobos do is going to get called right back at this point. So it's you got to keep your hands in your pocket, play it the right way.
Head down,
nothing
mouth
extra.
head down, mouth
Exactly.
closed. Like
Yeah.
don't just
Right.
don't
Because
pitch
they're-
again, bounce it outside. Ooh,
Yeah.
beautiful read and thrown down to the ground there. You know, I think it's just right now some frustration maybe from the viewpoint side. You had a 21-0 lead, and you know you score 28. It's 28-7, but you know maybe frustrated that the Lobos weren't going to lay down.
Yeah, and we play physical. You know, I mean, most of these yards that we're getting here are between the tackles, and so this is smash mouth right up at you, and you start to wear out a little bit in there,
Yeah.
and so that's the yards have been coming a little bit quicker now, and maybe you see some frustration. It's hard to tell exactly what happened on those plays from here, but obviously the ref saw something, and hopefully that stops.
Here we go, Solorio in shotgun formation, keeps it himself. Nowhere to run as he's taken down by a host of Patriots on that play.
All right, 4-down territory here for sure.
I believe is it 3rd down or 4th down
This
already?
third down.
Third down, so it's 3rd down.
So you got 2 plays to make your 7 yards here.
And definitely 4th down, 4-down territories here. You're not going to kick a field goal. So here we go, shotgun formation. Solorio takes the snap, keeps it himself,
Push.
finds some room there. That's going to be 4th down. Now I can't tell if it's 4th and goal, so the
fourth.
chains are down. So it's 4th and goal, so they need to get into the end zone here. Ball's going to be at, looks like the 3-yard line, so this is going to be a battle between the Hoggies, and let's see who's going to win it. They brought in number 47 at fullback.
You know, this is a tough call. I think you go straight ahead still. I don't think you try to go wide, but 3 yards is hard to get
Yep.
right up the middle.
Oh,
Mm.
that was a bad pitch on the play, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Man,
That's a
again,
tough one.
it's tough, but with the way the Lobo defense kind of has been playing, see if they can stop the Viewpoint offense here, as Viewpoint's going to have the ball, and they'll have a first down here from the marking it at the 4-yard line or so.
So, David, you got a game tomorrow night?
No game tomorrow night. And then we've got,
when are you next on?
so we're off next week, much needed break, and then we'll be back the next week, and then we'll have to put our heads together collectively and figure out what's going to happen. I believe at the start of league, right, Dave? Start of
Yep.
league, so
It's time.
the first season, so to speak, is going to be ending next week, and the league is going to start up, and it's going to be one exciting time this season in the Garden Grove League.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking on the broadcast last time about how wide open it is
Yeah.
this year. Sure looks like that. We play La Quinta in our opener, our league opener. Welcome to join us there. In fact, we just signed you to a contract, and we'll
Oh,
have you
did
do
you?
all
I-
of
There you
Los
go.
Amigos.
You know what?
You'll be the official station of Los Amigos High School.
We
We'll take you.
we talked about it last year. We did, I believe, 3 or 4 Los games last year.
Okay.
We went to Ocean View to cover Los.
Oh, that's right.
You know, we did Los. I think we did Los and Bolsa. Was it Los La Quinta that we did as well? Maybe not Los La Quinta.
No, I don't think we did Los Laquita.
But we did Los Bolsa. Well, so Los Bolsa. Then we did Los at Bolsa for one game. But yeah, we've broadcast more Los games than anything, and we'll sign me up.
I mean, they are the Lobos.
They're the we can have the Lobo in the booth calling the action. That pass complete for Viewpoint, but short of the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 or 4 yards to go.
It's really crazy how fast time has gone and that we're already here at league,
So
knocking on the door of it.
it feels like just yesterday we were starting our first
Mhm.
broadcast of the year, and yeah, almost halfway through. Now Viewpoint, passing the ball still instead of running the ball. They're showing that they're not just going to lay back and be comfortable with this 2-score lead. Clock running here in the third quarter. Ooh, and this is going to be a big play. Are they going to catch him? No, at the 50, the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Viewpoint.
Ooh, when did he flip that ball up?
That's what I was wondering.
Actually.
Not a touchdown. Oh. He tossed that ball before the end zone.
Oh, we should get into the into the review
Some
booth here.
challenging
If you
going
got
here.
replay, David, if you got replay on
We
this,
got,
I mean,
you know what? Let's see if we can.
Eye in the sky didn't lie on that one.
yeah,
a
we
little
got
soon.
we got our spotter.
So
David
let's see
Mameli
if
here.
we can do the replay. Oh, I don't think it's gonna load up here for some reason. Nope, it's got last week's on there. So sometimes it'll load up for us, and sometimes it won't.
Okay.
That did
You
it.
win this time, Viewpoint. You win this time. But then
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
would have spotted it, it just would have been where we'll spot it on the.
Coming off of the game last week at Los Amigos, we had a celebration
Oh yeah,
on an end zone.
Yep, said that actually lost the game for Cabrillo.
Yes, that is correct.
And again, you see
Just a lesson to them. Yeah, just
you
run it
don't
in.
run it in.
Hand the ball to the ref. That's all you need to do.
And actually, there's a flag on the play there, on the Lobos.
Maybe a little chippiness going on.
Was that unsportsmanlike conduct? Okay.
Frustration's running a little high,
Oh
probably.
yeah, you
Mhm.
were that close to kind of making it a
Absolutely.
one-score game, and I mean, I don't want to say this, but this was a game where I would have, guaranteed Los Amigos to win. No disrespect to Viewpoint, but the Lobos have been playing really good football. A big victory last week, and maybe it's a bunch of things mixed in. You're down to your third-string quarterback, and Viewpoint just came to play tonight. They were from the get-go. They were bringing it to Los Amigos, and they were well rested. They had a bye week last week, and they're going to redo that PAT, or they didn't do the PAT, right?
Right, they did not.
Kick is up, and it's good. So 35-14 lead here for Viewpoint. So 7 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Not saying it's over, but it's going to be very tough for the Lobos to make up 21 points in 7 minutes right now. That's asking a heck of a lot for your team to do.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, crazy things can happen.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
coach is just going to want to stick to what they do and to keep getting better. I mean, that's part of the whole process early in the season is you want to try new things and hone your skills and get ready to go. So, he'll use this time wisely and get better and better
yeah.
as a team for sure.
Every play and every rep is a good thing for these kids, and that's just what they need to understand is until that clock hits all zeros, you just give every ounce of effort you have, and
Right now, you just have to take it each play as a new play and
exactly.
go from there.
And hey, maybe a kickoff return for a touchdown here.
Yes, absolutely. That's the best part about all those pre-league games, right? Is
Yeah.
you get all that practice in.
Of course, like I said, the first season's over. There's 2 seasons
That's
in
right.
every season, and while you want to win every single game in this one, it really starts counting here in a few weeks.
But I think, as we all could say as former athletes, is you don't want to peak too early.
Now next week
Exactly.
we go to Artesia.
Oh, that's right.
We play on the road over there. I don't know if we played them last year or not, to be honest with you. I know that I remember playing Garden Grove played them.
Garden
a
Grove
couple of
played them.
different times.
Yeah.
But I don't think Los did. So we go to Artesia next week. I believe that's a Friday game, and then we on the 22nd, we off that week. I think we have a bye, and then we have our game with La Quinta.
That's actually league because they took the bye week in the first week. So Los started week 1. They skipped the week 0.
0.
Okay, right. So 22nd is, I'm sorry. So, 22nd is Artesia. Then the 29th is La Quinta. Right.
League opener.
We talked about this before. La Quinta's playing really well.
Yeah, La Quinta's on a 3-game winning streak. Depending on how they do this week, I believe this week they've got Estancia. Estancia's, gave Santiago a bit of trouble last week. But who knows? Maybe La Quinta can go to Costa Mesa tomorrow night, pull that victory off, and they'll be looking really good here. As they'll have a bye week, actually, and there's a flag on that play.
Oh, do they have a bye before they play us?
They've got a bye before they play the Lobos, so they'll be well rested and energized, I'm sure. See what this flag leads to here. Looks like that's going to be on the Lobos, so they're going to take a few steps back here. Now, I don't want to keep you guys held up here. If you got to get back to the sideline, we definitely understand.
All right, Dave. Yeah, I probably should get on back down there and meet up with the APs down there and finish this game out.
I just want to say before we log off here is one, Todd, to you and your crew of being able to put all this together, being able to play on this new turf field. I mean, I know you played a couple weeks ago here, and you got to do it again a second time. I think you and your team did an amazing job putting all of this together, because it's no joke having to host a varsity football game when you're not usually equipped for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole other game, and so everything is running so smoothly. I think it's such an opportunity for our community to be able to get here easily to watch their Lobos in action. It's something, because their stadium, their home stadium, Garden Grove, it is a little bit of a trek.
Yeah.
To get up there. So just kudos to you. Oh,
interception there by Viewpoint. That might be just. Oh, he almost lost it. He lost it, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, thank you for that. It has been a lot of work to put it on, but I will also need to thank everyone who really made that possible. Our athletic directors, Chris Sandro and Andrew Galbraith, the amount of time and planning that they put into the logistics of this thing, really a big help for them. Thank you guys for doing all that. And Paul Kemp, our plant supervisor, boy, he was there every step of the way, putting things together and getting everything done for us. So, without the help without their help and planning, as well as the assistant principals, we never could have pulled it off. So all thanks go out to them.
Great opportunity. And of course to David Moore and Dave Mamelli for continuing to do these broadcasts. It really has up-leveled our games so much in Garden Grove Unified for athletics, and getting these broadcasts out and getting the word out. I mean, you hear about it all the time, and it's just a fantastic way to promote our sports and our students and all the great things that we're doing in our district and our schools. So thank you to you as well.
Of course, yeah. No, of course, Todd was at Garden Grove, so it's a little bit of a ringer coming in here, and Paul was at Bolsa for years.
That's true.
So, I mean, again, to have people who have been there, it's really helpful. So don't discredit yourself. We got to give you you and Paul the credit where it's due. You guys are hardened veterans of stadiums.
That's true.
Being able to put. So there was no lack of confidence from anyone to think you two would be able to pull it off and leading your teams.
And let's be honest, the principal, you got to have the backing of your principal to make this happen. So.
Well, thanks. It's been a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll let you guys go. Thank you.
Thank you for
joining
us.
David. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Definitely, mics are always here for you.
All right.
So Viewpoint now with the ball deep in Lobo territory, and I guess you can say this one's all but over here at Los Amigos High School. The Lobos are going to drop a tough one here against Viewpoint. Viewpoint is going to move to, I believe, 3-1. Lobos are going to drop to, I believe, 2.
Viewpoint's going to be 2-2.
Viewpoint 2-2. The Lobos are going to be 2-2 as well, as that's going to be a touchdown for Viewpoint, as that's just going to put the icing on the cake here. This is the fun part, Dave, where it becomes our show, Yeah. It becomes our
I don't know if we're having fun. We're
you know
homers for the Lobos. So
we are, but we're gonna let the band play for us here.
There you go.
And that kick is up, and it's probably good. And it's good. 42-14, Viewpoint lead. This is the second big blowout that we've seen on our broadcast.
Yeah, we had, again, you talked about that earlier. I'm trying to get an update on the Rancho Godina score tonight. But, yeah, Rancho was blown out by Anaheim.
Yeah, again, an unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected for sure, and certainly a downer for the Vaqueros. But in true Rancho form, they came out and adjusted, and they came out and got a win last week. Again, trying to get an updated score for you guys tonight for how Rancho is doing. My guess is that they are probably leading over Godinez, although it might be an indicator that I don't get the updates, and maybe that's not good news for Rancho.
I'll tell you this, though, Dave. Garden Grove, not struggling against Gar last week.
Yeah.
Was to me one of the biggest surprises of the week, because for the last few years they've played Gar and they've handled Gar very easily, but maybe that's a turning of the guard, and as that ball hits the ground, turning of the guard at Gar.
Well, again,
and he breaks off a nice. Actually, I'm going to say he's out of bounds.
Yeah, from what I heard from that game from Coach Cepeda and from others, that was a very exciting game, just like the one we broadcast with Los Amigos and Cabrillo. But yeah, teams, as we've mentioned tonight, teams are finding their way. Early in the season, they are adjusting. They do deal with injuries. Even like we're mentioning with Rancho, you could be a completely different team from one week to the next. Rancho, getting beat 40-something to 14 to Anaheim, and then turning around and taking it to Savannah and beating them by 2 or 3 scores the next week. We didn't expect that. From that Anaheim score, you would have said, Rancho's going to lose to Savannah, and they came out and won. So high school football is different. That's why you play the game. Anyone could beat anyone on any given night, at our levels. Just depends on how good you play.
Even Modern Day can lose to Bosco every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then, right?
That's going to be a second down for the Lobos after that gain of about 6 yards. Clock running. 4 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here. Let's let the band play one more time. And that play is going to be blown dead. I don't know about you, Dave, but this is my favorite song that a marching band can play at a football game.
Yeah.
Pitch over to the right side. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. It's going to bring up third down. Third down. This is going to go down in the Cal Preps ratings as a red loss for Los Amigos, Dave.
Yes. Yeah, so Cal Preps, that's how they do things, is a red loss is deemed a bad loss, and a blue win is a good win. And what that means is a red loss, as we mentioned earlier, is that Viewpoint was ranked beneath Los Amigos by about 20 points on Cal Preps rating system. And so this will be a bad loss unless the season keeps progressing. Let's say and Viewpoint keeps doing well and
run the table, go to the title game.
Yeah, if they end up being ranked higher than Los Amigos, then it will no longer be a bad loss for Los Amigos.
Speaking of rankings, I was looking at the week-to-week rankings. So Cypress last week, 25.
Yeah,
they dropped down.
They did, and their quarterback was hurt. Cypress's quarterback was hurt. Who obviously he's a big part of what they do. But yeah, we mentioned before that Empire League, talking about Pacifica's league, is as good as it's been in probably 10 or 15 years.
So yeah, you had Cypress down to 11 now, which is crazy to see. Orange losing to La Habra last week, and also the week before to Foothill has dropped them now into the negative. They'd spent the last few seasons in the teens and the 20s. This clock is running 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go. Yeah, it's a 4th down here for the Lobos. It's getting ready to punt this ball. Gets the punt off. That's looks like fair caught. He's still trying to run. It's going to be 1st down here for Viewpoint.
All right, we do have an update for the Rancho game.
Okay, here we go.
They are up 7-0. Again, a little surprise to me. I would have thought that it would have been higher to them, but they are up 7-0, looking for a win. And there's 6 minutes and 59 seconds left in the 3rd. Remember, that's a 7 o'clock start time.
Yeah. So we're a little bit early here.
So they're there.
Yeah, again, surprising. But, with Rancho, they'll probably settle in, and tomorrow we'll see that score a little bit.
Yeah, again, as we've mentioned, talking about their game last week at Savannah, they did go back to what they had done in terms of spreading the ball a little bit more and, still focusing on their run game, but doing it from a spread formation rather than tight. And obviously, at this point, Godinez has had a week to see that on film and obviously can adjust to that.
You go 1st down here for Viewpoint from the Lobo 48-yard line. Just handing the ball off now. Getting some good yardage. Close to the 1st down. A gain of 7 on the play.
Always, yeah.
We will stream until the clock hits all zeros. Tell you what. So 2nd down here for Viewpoint. Shout out to Kaylin, who's on graphics today. Last week she was here for an exciting game. This week not so much. Caitlin, this is such is the life of streaming. So sometimes you're on that roller coaster at the high point, and then sometimes you're free falling, not knowing what's going on. And that's exactly what we are doing here tonight. 2nd down here for Viewpoint from the Lobo 40-yard line. Hand off to the left side. Viewpoint running back breaks the line of scrimmage. Still on his feet. Let's see if they give him the touchdown. No, they're going to say he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Wow, referee with the eagle eye. I saw that pylon go down. Would have thought that was a touchdown.
Yeah, again, just to mention again, credit to Viewpoint tonight. They came out. They've clearly been the better team. There's not any doubt about it.
No.
They've played well.
Well prepared.
Yeah, well prepared.
Well rested.
Certainly, and again, certainly an athletic team. Seems like they can be a physical team too when they want to be. But yeah, all the credit to Viewpoint tonight. They've done a good job, and they deserve this win.
Definitely. And they're going to have a nice long ride back to Calabasas in that coach bus right there, and they're going to be smiling and happy and just on top of the world. And you said they don't have school tomorrow, so even better as they just extend the lead here. Is that a touchdown? Yep. Touchdown, Viewpoint.
Yeah, those long bus rides, as we all know, they're always better after a win than they are after a loss.
I'm going to be taking the long ride back to Fullerton, wondering what happened here tonight. But we will be back to cover another Lobo game, that's for sure.
Yes.
As again, this is the end of the first season. Lobos dealing with a lot of injuries right now, and that's just part of the game. But sometimes it's part of the game that hinders you and affects you. Maybe they got away with it the first few games, and sometimes you just come up against a team where those injuries are going to come and really get you in the rear end. As there's a penalty there on Viewpoint. What else do we have loaded up here for the sounds? Yeah, we'll let this one go. Kick is up, and it looks like it's good. 49-14. As Viewpoint will now be kicking the ball off to the Lobos.
Well, yeah, as we start to wrap up here with a minute 41 left in this game, just some quick reminders. Usually I am out on the field getting some pictures or getting some videos and whatnot. Obviously, with our setup here tonight, I was more focused here on the broadcast as we were getting going, so not a ton of pictures tonight, but you can always go back and rewatch this broadcast to watch the game. Tomorrow night, I'm actually heading off to Bolsa Grande Stadium, where Pacifica will be playing Walnut. So check out GGUSD Athletics for updates on that game throughout tomorrow night.
And not just football, but water polo, girls volleyball.
Yes, correct. Yeah, for other sports as well too. Yeah, we've gotten to girls volleyball games, water polo games. We'll get to our first cross country meets here before too long. But yeah, all things athletics, especially fall related, heading out for GGUSD. Again, just a quick shout out for tomorrow night. Coach Kyle Murphy at Pacifica, looking for his first ever win over the Pacifica program. I have a feeling he might get that tomorrow night.
We talked about
That'll be big news
rankings.
for him.
Talk about rankings earlier. Pacifica will be favored in that game. And I'm sure those boys are, itching to get out there and get Coach Murphy his first win. And they've had a tough schedule so far. Orange, Garden Grove, and Glendora are no pushovers by any means.
They have El Toro next week, so it's not going to get easier.
Oh, yeah. And then, you start that Empire League slate, and you're just talking about a daunting task. Lobos no quit until the end there. 33 seconds left, and they're still, running, forward. Look at the movement now that the lift is coming down. It looks like we're getting artsy, but we're not.
No. I don't want to, I won't talk about an analogy there, but...
As it's blurry, and maybe that's a good thing, as the Lobos do get the first down, but they're going to go into the night falling to the Viewpoint Patriots.
Yeah, again, just talking about Los Amigos again. Again, the seasons are long. Again, this is a bump in the road for them. They'll come back. Coach Mello will definitely have a plan for that. And, hopefully for the Lobos, week 10 we're looking at this, and maybe they're league champions again, and this loss helped get them there. That might be something for them to look forward to with that. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening and watching. And again, at least from a on-campus game, this was certainly successful. As they played earlier against San Bernardino, they did that, as Mr. Nurk and Dr. Heflin talked about. Certainly success, a lot of hard work put into that. So again, congratulations to Los Amigos on this field and being able to play here, and hopefully we have a better result next time we do a low streaming.
Yeah, there you go. They've given us some good results before. I think this is maybe our first
Los loss.
So not too bad. Again, thank you for tuning in. I am David Mora, and for Dave O'Malley. You've been watching Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday on a Thursday. Special shout out to all of our student helpers out there on the field on the cameras, and to Kaylin here on graphics. Like Dave said, until next time, we'll be with you in a few weeks.